Hello, hello! Numa282 here, and welcome back to the ever-growing world of my Digimon headcanons and what-ifs. Today's video, however, is very different. We are diving into the real world. Come with me as I give some of my favorite YouTubers their very own Digimon partners. Okay, bear with me, we're gonna get playfully parasocial today, since I only know one of these individuals on a personal level. Essentially, I'll be giving a partner and a corresponding evolution line to each of the people you see on the screen based on a variety of traits such as vibes, content, history, interests, and much more. Some notes and ground rules first. I'm not here to discuss the morals or controversies of any of these YouTubers listed. If you don't like someone on this list, that's fine, but this is not the place to talk about it. This is an excuse for me to yap and make Digimon Evo lines for fun. Also, this is a video of my opinions. I understand that you aren't all going to agree with me or each other, so let's all try and be nice and civil in the comments. Lastly, this is not a crest video. I'll be doing adventure era lines without designing and assigning crests, as that would have taken more time and gotten even more parasocial than I'm comfortable with getting. With all of that out of the way, let's get to the Mons, starting with our easiest picks of the video. CariaX is a man who needs no introduction on this channel. If you're a Digimon fan, you most likely know this creator. Hell, a lot of you who have seen or discovered my channel told me I was recommended after they watched a video by CariaX. He's probably my favorite Digimon creator out there and has done phenomenal work bringing Digimon into the open air on multiple occasions. His desired partner is well documented at this point, so this was beyond the easiest part of this video. Now, what would CariaX want in a partner? Another well-documented fact about CariaX is that he has shown a fondness for insectoid Digimon, namely Wormmon, the goodest of boys. However, there is one Mon in particular that he had recently stated would be his choice Digimon partner, and that would be Beeton, a personal favorite of mine as well. Beeton is a Digimon that CariaX has been vouching for the status of partner Digimon for years. Along with many others, myself included, he firmly believes that Beeton would make a phenomenal partner for a primary character in a Digimon anime. So let's explore this. Beeton would first digivolve to Beeton, phenomenal champion that was recently debuted, who truly begins the perfect through line for our little bee friend. Beeton would eventually digivolve to Beeton. Now, this is where I was surprised by CariaX's pick, as you don't normally see Beeton as the choice ultimate ahead of other Mons like Vespamon or Waspmon, but honestly, I applaud it. Lastly, though, he has stated multiple options could work here. I personally have Beeton digivolving to Beeton. Yeah, I gotta give my girlie the spot she deserves. Beeton has gotta be one of my all-time favorite of the newer Mons, and it pretty much speaks for itself. Look at her, she's mother. CariaX's partner line is as follows. Beeton will digivolve first to Beeton, then Beeton, and then lastly Beeton. Love this line. Now, the rest of these picks will be a lot more in-depth and required kind of like light research on both the creator and various Digimon, but let's get into it. This man right here has been a newer online obsession for me. MNJTV is a Pokemon YouTuber whose videos were only recently put in front of my feed. Like other PokeTubers, he has done a variety of videos covering Nuzlocke, news, fan theories, and many more. What I enjoy most, though, is, unlike some other creators, it feels like he's genuinely enjoying himself and has an air of fun and lightheartedness you don't get from competitive players or hardcore Nuzlockers. In particular, I have to say his Team Sky series has gotten me through many a workday as of late. But Numa, you may be asking, how can we give a PokeTuber a Digimon partner? Is that not sacrilegious? To that I say no. Growing up, I've seen Pokemon and Digimon pitted against each other many a time, and as someone who is mega fans of both, I have to say, it's time for us to be one, y'all. Why do we always have to put bad bitches against each other? So, that being said, this was not an easy line to develop, but with the help of my now commonplace recolor work, I think I got this figured out. We start with Kendomon as his partner's rookie form. This recolor of Kodemon works on multiple levels. Not only have I made him green, yay, but I also wanted a green reptile to represent his first ever starter in the Pokemon series, Trico. But what's next? Well, Kendomon would digivolve into his champion form, which will be Dino Human. the only non-recolored mon for this line, I wanted to continue the theme of combat-based reptiles, and I think while not as present, it does still give similar vibes to Grovyle and maybe even Sceptile. I could have continued down this path, making more and more references to Trico's Evo line, but I wanted a different source as the power level of his partner jumped. That is why Dino Human will digivolve to Quasarmon. Yeah, as you can probably tell from the name, this recolor of his Yaryumon is a clear inspiration from Rayquaza, one of, if not Mikey's favorite box legendary Pokemon. Can I call you Mikey? I hope so. From here, we will further this idea as Quasarmon digivolves to his Mega form, Ryu Quasarmon. Not much more I can add, but this recolor of Ryumon will solidify the Rayquaza connection. A perfect end to this entirely Pokemon-inspired line that would be fitting for the leader of Team Sky. So, for M&J TV's partner, we have the following line. Kendomon will digivolve first into Dino Human, then Quasarmon, and then lastly, Ryu Quasarmon. I really hope he sees this, as I think this mon would just work really well for him, and again, he's been feeding my Pokemon obsession lately, so hi. On to someone who's responsible for my current style of humor and interest, and actually speaking of style, this calls for an outfit change. Brittany Broski needs no introduction on anyone's channel. She is the moment, the it girl, the supreme leader of the sovereign country that is Broski Nation. This woman is a lot of things, but namely, she's vulnerable and insightful. The host of the only podcast I regularly listen to, The Broski Report, has one of the quickest wits this side of the Mississippi, and has an intellect rivaled by very few. My apparent gassing up aside, who could be good enough to be our supreme leader's Digimon partner? That's my job to find out now, though, isn't it? Now, for this line, I figured out her ultimate level Digimon first and kind of worked backwards from there. I wanted to include a lot of her interests, hyperfixations, and talents into my decisions, which is why I ultimately landed on Kudamon for her partner's rookie form. Kudamon is known for being a calm and collected Digimon, which is necessary for a nation's second in command. The purple and white color palette also translated well into the rest of this line, which is why I chose the original version of Kudamon as opposed to the anime iteration. It also always is found coiled around the holy cartridge, which is essentially like a religious bullet, so like kind of Texas themes, which me and our leader are both from. Anyways, this was my least confident pick, but it gets better as I go, I promise. Kudamon has got to reach champion level next, so they will digivolve to Nefertimon. This mon works on two different levels for Miss Broski. 1. Nefertimon is a Digimon based in historical themes, dealing heavy in Egyptian history and lore. Neferti was an Egyptian queen. 2. Nefertimon is a mythology reference, being inspired by the Sphinx, a being of mythology known for their riddles and quizzes. So maybe this works on 3 levels, because our girl Brittany loves a good random factoid. Our next pick is what inspired this entire line, though. Nefertimon will digivolve to Sirenmon. This ultimate level Digimon is the premier pick I made for one Miss Broski. Not only does this continue our themes of mythology and lore, but the musicality of this Digimon was important here. Music is such a personal thing for Brittany. She talks a lot about her relationship with music and how so many different eras of her life can be identified by her taste in music at that time, which is something I relate to on a spiritual level. She also has an insane singing voice that rivals many of the top girlies in the industry, in my own humble opinion. So like, if she ever decides to like put out an album, it's over. Only one more level to go though, so let's move into our mega level here. Sirenmon will digivolve one last time to Venusmon. Hi, it's time to mother. Not only is Venusmon a goddess, but this Digimon continues to tie in Brittany's fascination with history and mythology. So, Brittany Broski, the supreme leader of Broski Nation, will be partnered with a Kudamon that will first digivolve to Nefertimon, then Sirenmon, and lastly, Venusmon. Brittany, if by some miracle this somehow came across your homepage, keep doing what you're doing, girl. I love you. Oh my god, obsessed. Our next YouTuber is another recent obsession of mine that has been dominating my homepage as of late. DAngelo Wallace is a person of many talents. Not only are they funny and quick-witted, but they're also insightful and insanely intelligent. Their videos, especially their long-form video essays, are well-researched and extremely well-crafted. I can listen to DAngelo talk for hours and never get bored, no matter what the topic is. But what would any of this translate to in terms of the digital world? Let's get our internet professor a proper partner then. I wanted DAngelo's partner to be someone who exemplifies his research ideologies and his academia aesthetics, so I finally landed on Bokomon. This adorably underused mon is considered a knowledgeable Digimon scholar. Having a scholar felt like the perfect match for DAngelo. Bokomon will continue his path of knowledge and Digivolve to Wizardmon. Honestly, a solid champion form for Bokomon, but also continuing this theme of intelligence and research. As has been stated before in the Digimon universe, magic is just specialized coding, so it'd be safe to assume learning magic as a Digimon would require immense research and a strong sense of knowledge and intelligence. But knowledge can also come from wisdom, which is why Wizardmon will Digivolve to Wisemon. A clear pattern emerges. Wisemon is a Digimon deeply rooted in research or data, so it felt like the perfect fit here. Wisemon will, of course, Digivolve lastly to Ancient Wisemon. This is honestly the most logical end of this line in general, and it's another favorite mon of mine, so I got to use it, and I got to put it with one of my favorite internet personalities, which is great. So, DAngelo's partner Digimon will be a Bokomon that Digivolves to a Wizardmon, then a Wisemon, and then lastly an Ancient Wisemon. Our professor's in good hands, guys. Now, if any of you movie girlies are watching right now, you already know who our next creator is. Tren LVL is a phenomenal YouTuber and an absolute favorite creator of mine. Aside from being a stunning queen, she is also one of the few reaction creators that genuinely adds to what she's watching, in my opinion. She also regularly jumps out of her comfort zone to watch things her audience may be too scared or nervous to watch, like in her ever-popular Girl Who's Scared of Everything series. She just seems like such a sweet and fun person to be around, and she stays deserving praise. But where would that praise get her in the digital world? Time to find the perfect partner for her to watch movies with. Now, I bounced back and forth between possible partners for our girl Tren. I toyed around with picks based on movies or screens, such as various Atmon or Digimon like Monodemon, but I kept drawing blanks. So, similar to Brittany, I worked backwards from a good ultimate level pick. So, for her rookie level, I gave her Morphomon. This mon deserves a second chance at being a main character's partner, so she seems great for Tren here. She's a cutie who's faithful and kind. This also works because Tren has some gorgeous butterfly tattoos that I'm mad jealous of. From there, we get to use one of my all-time favorite Digimon as Morphomon Digivolves to Hoodymon. We're continuing our butterfly theme, and I thought it'd be fun to go in a more fairy-like direction for this line, which ties into our ultimate level, since I did a bit of recoloring. So Hoodymon will Digivolve to Blue Bellamon. Okay, get ready for some deep cuts and stretching. This recolor of Lilymon works on multiple levels. First, I'm referencing her tattoos once more, specifically her floral ballerina tattoos that, again, I'm obsessed with. On another level, in the anime, Mimi and the others dress up as Lilymon to cheer on Garurumon during the race. In the reboot, I'm pretty sure. But in primary continuity, Mimi is the one to suggest cheerleading uniforms for the school's cafe theme in Digimon Adventure Tri. I'm harping on these cheer themes as my first ever introduction to Tren was from her video years ago, Competitive Cheerleader Watches Bring It On, where I became instantly enamored with her channel and just her way of thinking and speaking. Let's take this party one step closer though, as Blue Bellamon Digivolves to Bancho Blue Bellamon. Another recolor, OBS. This recolor of Bancho Lilymon was a great fit for what I wanted. A badass femme fatale. Fatale. Wasn't that the guy in NSYNC? Or back? I don't know. I wanted a mega for Tren that would kick ass and look pretty while doing it. Also, with all the horror baddies Tren be fighting off when she watches those scary movies, she's gonna need the perfect bodyguard. So, Tren's partner, Morphomon, will first Digivolve to Hoodymon, then Blue Bellamon, and then Bancho Blue Bellamon. I love how this one turned out. You guys know I love recolors, and Hoodymon and Morphomon are two of my all-time favorite Digimon, so I love that I got to use them. Now, out of all the people you see on screen, I only personally know one of them. Your narrator is one of my best friends in the entire world. He's also my paladin in our D&D campaign who has saved my fictional ass more times than I can count. He may be best known for his work with his group known as the Boys, but he's so much more than that. Alongside being funny and devilishly handsome, he also managed to have a channel that, even when tackling darker topics, maintains a wholesome and comforting vibe. Narrator, you're a real one and a ride or die. Love you, buddy. And when I recorded this, I had so much fun at the Halloween party yesterday. Thank you guys for coming out. So what Digimon makes for the perfect partner for one of my best friends? I thought you'd never ask. This one took a lot of thinking and redesigning, but after all the options laid before me, I decided to go in a more unique route, which is why Narrator's partner will be a Palmon. Not unique, you say? That's a main character's partner, you add? You're clearly vamping and ramping up to something with all these rhetorical questions, you proclaim? You're right. It's not just Palmon, but specifically Palmon X Antibody, or X Palmon for the purposes of this video. This Digimon, according to the reference book at least, has a variety of flower petals that can cause different effects. This reminds me of a certain hobby my boy is in love with that shares these same results. Narrator is an avid tea fanatic who has introduced me to so many wonderful and new teas I would have never thought to even try or know about. From learning the perfect pour to the traditional ceremony processes, he deserves a partner that would play into that for him. X Palmon would then digivolve to Sun Flowmon. This one is not as in-depth, but I wanted to maintain the flower theme. I also wanted something with an almost bestial nature as it kinda looks reptilian, so that transition makes sense when Sunflowmon digivolves to Toropiamon. That's right, my boy's getting a flower dragon. Toropiamon is a phenomenal and fearsome ultimate level Digimon. So not only do we get to keep his floral vibes, but also I happen to know his favorite Pokemon type is Dragon, so this adds to that as well. But Pokemon is not the only game reference we'll be making today. Toropiamon will digivolve to Bloom Lordmon. Okay, so bear with me as this may be a bit of a stretch, but one of, if not Narrator's favorite games, is Elden Ring. This Soulsborne medieval RPG took over his life and he adored it. So Bloom Lordmon fits the vibes well, balancing a calm floral nature with a menacing knight-like figure. This leaves your Narrator with the following line. X Palmon will digivolve first to Sunflowmon, then Toropiamon, then lastly into Bloom Lordmon. A perfect line for a perfect guy. All the love, bud. Now, back to our regularly scheduled parasocial time. List the Last could be best described as a cozy gaming YouTuber. The best way I would even begin to tell you about Liz's channel would be it's like a soft hug. Whether it's her Sims gameplay deep dives or her cozy game retrospectives, you can guarantee that the vibes will always be immaculate. It's not hard to get wrapped up in a 2-hour video about a Sims 2 spin-off game for the PS2 and not even realize that you were watching for that long. So, does the cozy gamer get a cozy partner? Time for List the Last to go digital. Now, the primary theme for this line was fairly easy for me to land on. Liz is a cat mom through and through, and I thought a cat Digimon would be perfect for such a warm and cozy individual, but which one? Funny enough, we are kind of hurting for cat-like rookie Digimon, so I had to go in a much more obscure and deep-cut level for this pick. Liz's partner rookie form will be Ganvivormon, an absolutely fantastic mon that spawned from a fan art competition that became a genuine entry. This mon is a kind and cute healer who knows how to turn on the pain when needed. From here, I had a prime choice of champion level cats to go for, but I wanted to continue this theme of cute but deadly. So, Ganvivormon will digivolve to Meikumon. Who better to represent my themes than the misunderstood cat from Digimon Adventure Tri? I stay on my thoughts that Meikumon deserved a redemption arc, so maybe she can get one with Liz as her partner. With that being said, it is probably obvious to most at least that Meikumon will digivolve to Crackmon, not Vicious Mode this time. The adorable yet powerful ultimate level is one I wish we could have seen in action in the anime. I feel the same about its gorgeous mega level too. Speaking of which, Crackmon will of course digivolve to Racielmon. Not only is this beautiful being a powerful cat, but it is also of angelic nature, much like the lovely Liz. This marks the perfect end to her Evo line. Liz the Last will be partnered with a Ganvivormon that will first digivolve to Meikumon, then Crackmon, then Racielmon. A lineup that I truly love, and we don't get to see Meikumon thrive like this. Almost to home plate, y'all. Yoshi Daro is a creator many of you may recognize from a variety of places. I, however, was first introduced to this man as the blue Power Ranger in Dino Charge, one of the better newer seasons in my opinion too. Not only that, but he... Wow. I forgot that picture was in here. Whew. So not only is he an actor, but he is a martial artist, a fitness genius, and also happens to be a major Digimon nerd like a lot of us. He is particularly into the TCG scene, so mad respect for sticking with such a game that requires so much thought process. And as somebody who casually plays it, I just cannot respect you enough for that. But who could this Blue Ranger turn to when he can no longer morph? Time for Yoshi to leave the morphing grid and enter the digital world. Now, I was tempted to use Snow Goblimon as a reference to both his caveman character in Dino Charge and the collab he did with CariaX, where they assigned partners to the Dino Charge Rangers. But I wanted to go a different direction while maintaining the blue themes. I have partnered Yoshi with Kabuterimon. This little bug rookie is an all-time favorite of mine and works well as a partner to a Blue Ranger. That will become even more evident when he digivolves to Beetlemon. I mean, this guy is straight up a Blue Ranger. Like, look at him. Also, Digimon Frontier as a season works similarly to Power Rangers, where the kids morph into the Digimon instead of having traditional partners. I also feel like this mon's focus on hand-to-hand combat is a good way to pay homage to Yoshi's excellent martial arts skills. From here, Beetlemon will digivolve to Metal Life Beetlemon. This recolor of Metal Life Guagamon further enforces the Blue Ranger themes I have present. However, like when the Rangers face a large foe, things have got to get bigger and badder, as Metal Life Beetlemon digivolves to Tyrant Beetlemon. One last recolor of the day, this time of Tyrant Kabuterimon. I wanted a blue mega level that almost combined the Ranger and Zord aesthetics, and I feel this did so admirably. I also feel as though a Tyrant, or a maniacal king of sorts, would be an expert tactician. This could work as a very loose reference to Yoshi's skills in the Digimon TCG, as most card games require a level of tactics and logic that not everybody has. So, Yoshi will be partnered with a Kabuterimon that will digivolve into Beetlemon, then Metal Life Beetlemon, then Tyrant Beetlemon. Yoshi is so much more than just the most attractive ranger ever, but his background with both martial arts and Digimon made this such a fun addition to the lineup. Also, due to his interests, he's most likely to come across this video out of everybody here. So, hi Yoshi! Look at this gorgeous lineup. These people have essentially shaped my YouTube and what I watch, so props to all of them, but I told myself that I wanted to start working on self-love and feeling proud of myself. So you know what? I have one last YouTuber that I want to shine a light on. Me! Now, I know I'm not crazy popular or anything, but I found my niche and I'm proud of myself for the expansion of my channel. So yeah, I am one of my favorite YouTubers. Now, this was the easiest pick of them all because, well, it's me, guys. So let's meet my partner. Being Filipino, food is important to both me and my culture. A lot of my core memories are focused around eating sinigang with my lola or learning how to roll lumpia with my mom. I wanted a partner that exemplified my love for food and culinary diversity. Enter Bergamon. This little dude kind of took me by surprise. I don't know why, but I just instantly fell in love with this being my partner. Before this, I had a fairly standard Lotmon line, but this shook it up entirely. Bergamon will digivolve into its champion form, becoming Shortmon. Now, not only does this continue my culinary themes, but it also references one of my favorite characters from one of my favorite games. I mean, guys, come on. This is so merengue from Animal Crossing coded. Like, look at her. We're not done yet, though. Shortmon will digivolve to Wedmon. So again, I'm not done with the culinary theme just yet, but one of my all-time favorite types of Digimon are those that belong to the fairy family. That feels vaguely stereotypical, but whatevs. Alongside that, I am and always will be a hopeless romantic. But we're not done just yet, and we have a little bit of a twist at the end here. So Wedmon will digivolve once more to Venusmon. This is my usual end to this line as it just works so well visually, but I did already use this for Brittany Broski's line. OMG, hi Mega Twin. So I want an alternate pick, and one new Digimon has kind of grabbed my attention. So, maybe instead, Weddingmon can digivolve to Sandrilmon. This newer fairy tale themed Digimon can only be described as doing one thing. She is serving cunt. Like, holy hell, I love her. The glass slipper like dagger legs, come on. The army of mice, holy shit. The fur coat, oh my, like, I love her. Okay. So, my partner, the lovely Burgermon, will first digivolve to Shortmon, then Weddingmon, and then last either Venusmon or Sandrilmon. So there you have it, folks. This was a bit of an experiment, as I know it's definitely breaching the parasocial element. But if you guys liked it, I can do other YouTubers or my favorite Twitch streamers, actors, musicians, etc., etc. I have, of course, linked each of the YouTubers featured in this video in the description, so go and check out their channels, y'all. It's good stuff out there, I promise you. As always, if you like my content, or this video in particular, so if you're a fan of me as a YouTuber, please subscribe, like, and or comment. Also, feel free to check out my TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, linked below. Beneath that, you'll find a link invite to our Discord channel, so feel free to hop on in and join the 282. But thanks again for watching, everybody, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye! We got a little parasocial, but like, it's truly all love. I'm just obsessed with these people, but like, I'm not like in a weird way. I promise. Don't be mad at me.